Hello, Speedgaming. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Mega Man 2 Randomizer 2024 tournament. I am your commentator, 2% Chungus. And everybody is ready. The race is going to start very soon. Thank you for joining us here today. We're looking at an exciting match between Sinister-sama and Gamingwhiledad. The gates have been lowered, the races are ready. And here we go. And here we go. Sinister-sama finds Bubble Man first, while Gamingwhiledad goes to Metal Man. We are running with hidden stage names today, and in this entire tournament, as well as zips enabled, any percent. And I believe both runners have their enhanced... Oh! Quick death by the Shot Man for Sinister-sama and Bubble Man. Unfortunate. Gamingwhiledad, meanwhile, making a pretty quick way through the start of the Metal Man stage so far. Not a terrible enemy set to have to work with. Sinister-sama makes it to the following blocks, and on he goes down to the first drop of the Bubble Man stage. We'll see if he gets this Buster-only zip coming up. Little time lost for Sinister-sama. Both come up on their checkpoints at around the same time. Here goes Sinister-sama hovering to the right. Oh, I didn't think he made it all the way across. Nope. Guess a DLC for Bubble Man level. Gamingwhiledad contending with Flaming Toothpaste today. Oh, I guess the phantom hit from the leftover sprite from the masher. Into the boss room, though. And finds Crash Man in Metal Man's room. Just doing his cardio today. Easy kill, and on he goes to level 2. Heat Man, that's a tough one to get to for your second level with no items. And with Buster immune blockies and Lightning Lords in the way, this could be trouble. Ah, but Leaf Shield takes him down in one shot. Very nice. Sinister-sama finds, actually I missed who he found in Bubble Man's level, but took him out pretty quick. And gets Item 3 for the effort. It won't do him a whole lot of good here in Airman stage, but it'll come in handy later. Gamingwhiledad very nicely taking care of these blockies. Oh, and Sinister-sama finds some Sky Crabs up here trying to knock him into the abyss. Barely holds on. Looks like we got Clown Bots and Roombas to deal with in the pre-Yoku hallway. Crash Wall's not weak to Buster this time. Ah, and a little sink on the other side. Sinister-sama makes it to the Airman checkpoint. Checks Leaf Shield against the Crash Walls too. Why not? Gotta wait for the Yokus anyway. Oh, doesn't quite get the clip up to the top of that one block. Sinister-sama finds some Joe armor. Another miss for Gamingwhiledad. There he gets it. Gives Sinister-sama a little bit of time back. I'd say our racers are still pretty close to even, though. I think they're both going to get to their boss doors right around the same time. By which I mean Gamingwhiledad would be about 30 seconds behind. Oh no, unless he takes a plunge! Oh, the Yoku up above the head. It's a killer. Sinister-sama finds Heatman himself in the Airman stage, and is soft weak to Buster, so it looks like he'll just stick with that. Gamingwhiledad making his way through the second half a second time. Unfortunate death on the Yoku's there. Sinister-sama sends Heatman to the scrapyard. And gets item 1. It is raining items on Sinister-sama today. 2 for 2 and makes it to the Flashman stage, which is a nice friendly place to be. Timing a little tough to get on these Yokos for Gamingwhiledad. Oh, and takes another drop. I think he's only got 1 life left, so he needs to be careful here. Sinister-sama also checks the crash wall and gets the not good news. We'll see if he tries another weapon up here. Doesn't look like he has anything that shoots up. Down he goes. Gamingwhiledad back on that difficult Yoku jump. And back into the abyss. That's a game over for Gamingwhiledad, while Sinister-sama is putting the finishing touches on the Flashman level. Wise has selected a different stage. Off he goes to Bubble Man, where he will find item 3 when he gets to the end. Slight delay on Sinister-sama's screen. I'm guessing he's going to grab that E-Tank and possibly check the crash wall. Nice! Pause save from Gamingwhiledad, by the way. I believe that one knocked Sinister-sama into the abyss, so Gamingwhiledad made up some time there. And here's Quickman in Flashman's room. Not soft weak, so this is going to be quite a fight. Gamingwhiledad hovering on over. Sinister-sama takes a juice box and he's trying out Air Shooter. No particular gain there, except that it's a slightly larger hitbox. Gamingwhiledad gets Bubble Zip. And immediately hits the spikes. Unfortunate. Sinister-sama takes down Quickman and off he goes to the Middleman stage. Both runners had to do this this extra part of the Bubble Man stage. Sinister-sama, meanwhile, going for Metal Zip. This is going to save a lot of time if he can get it. He's up. B-trigger. Off he goes. That is some more time gained on Gamingwhiledad, who didn't have item 1 at the time. Ha! And I just realized I should be tracking this whole mess. Let's see here. Good, Sinister some items. As Gamingwhiledad gets to the end of Bumbleman's level, and Sinister-sama coming up on the end of Metal. Finds Bumbleman and takes him right out. Hope that gives us a little momentum. See if we can get that morale back from that rough Heatman stage. Gamingwhiledad now in Flashman's level. And Crashman, done with his cardio, taking some pot shots at Sinister-sama, but stopped weak to Buster, goes down pretty quick. And now off goes Sinister-sama to the Crashman level. Chance for a zip here as well, and if not, he's still got item 3 for the ladders at the end, and item 1 for the elevator rooms. If he does go for this zip, these robots are not going to make it easy. And here we have angular momentum amphibians, as well as a Darth Vader bat. Gamingwhiledad making a pretty swift way through the Flashman level, by the way, meanwhile. Now, it looks like item 1's quick enough for Sinister-sama to get this zip without having to go into the lower screen. There he goes. Gamingwhiledad grabs Z-Tank and does not have to check the other weapon with the crash wall. Entering the boss room as Sinister-sama finishes the zip. Gonna try Bubble Lead and Leaf Shield. Oh, Leaf Shield, quite effective against Quickman. Totally dumpsters him. And now Gamingwhiledad into Woodman's level as Sinister-sama is making the climb in Crashman. Yeah, that'll come in very handy in the refights too. Sinister makes it past the prop top, or the prop top rather. We're not fighting shirts here. We love and respect all clothing. As Gamingwhiledad contends with the hot dog, Sinister-sama takes a bop from a telly, actually saved by the Lightning Lord there. Leaf Shield did him no good, down he goes to the previous screen. As Gamingwhiledad, oh! Short duration time stopper doesn't quite get him past the second hot dog. Leaf Shield takes him out pretty quick though. As Sinister-sama grabs the E-Tank and up he goes to the last room. Gamingwhiledad checking the room up here. Not going for Goodwood, just across he goes. I myself like to go for the Treehouse DLC rather than risk a soft block here, as the flaming toothpaste dispensers make themselves known. Sinister-sama versus Metal Man in the crash stage. Not super weak to Buster, but also not super aggressive with the metal blades. Sinister-sama deals with them with no problem. No item with 3 robos to go for Sinister, which means I miss another one. As Gamingwhiledad gets to the end of the Woodman's level. Buster Weak Flashman hanging out in the treehouse. Down he goes. And Sinister-sama is joining us in the level. Finds the Crushers, but saved by a mole. Here's item 2. That will make life much easier in Heatman stage. Of course, if I'm Gamingwhiledad, I'm looking for item 1 before I try that again. Sinister-sama gives Time Stopper a shot. Doesn't make it either. Throwing lemons at the hot dogs and needs to watch his health. I don't think once they've spawned... Oh, down he goes! And I believe the checkpoint is after this room, so this is all the way back to the beginning of the stage. This will give Gamingwhiledad back some time. Gamingwhiledad also low on health, but nearly to the airman checkpoint. Looks like he's going to try and farm some energy from the sky crabs. Not a bad call, really. Because dying is slow, especially right here. Now, neither runner knows how the other is doing. Ooh! Quick Boomerang working quite nicely on the Joe armor. Drops Joe into the abyss for a change. And gonna go for a ride. And we got Sinister-sama's feedback. Looks like he just made it to the checkpoint. And Sinister also not going for good wood. That Joe flies out of his armor and into low Earth orbit. Won't be bothering us again. As Gamingwhiledad finds Heatman, we'll see if he tries any weapons. Nope, looks like he's going for the 7 shots with Buster again. Or as well, rather. Oh no, he had just not enough health for that to take that hit. I actually thought he'd have one hit point to spare. Trying weapons now. As Sinister-sama finds Flashman. And away goes Flashman. Quick and painless, and item 2 for him as well. Heatman drops this time. As Sinister-sama finds his level, and Gamingwhiledad finds item 1. And back to Heatman stage for him as well. Sinister-sama just taking the hits from the blockies, which are not Buster immune, but they are not Buster effective. Ah, may have been a tactical game over by Gamingwhiledad. Not a bad call. Much quicker to game over there than in the Yoku area. As Sinister-sama makes it into the clown room. We'll see if he goes for the zip across the Yoku zone. Looks like it. Pulls out item 3. Doing it from floor level. There's a way to do it right from the ladder, but it's pretty finicky. This is a nice, reliable way to do it, and off he goes. Gamingwhiledad makes it across the first half. Sinister-sama ready to ride item 2 into victory. Gamingwhiledad gets clowned down, but does get onto his item 3 for the zip. Sinister-sama entering the boss room. And here's Airman. Not playing nice today. Nor Buster Week. Sinister-sama's gonna have to watch his health here. There's a nice opening, though. Gets the kill as Gamingwhiledad rides the item 2 across the Yokus, and he's gonna find Airman himself in just a second. Sinister-sama into his last level. It's Quick Man. Airman playing much nicer for Gamingwhiledad. One more shot will do it. And with 2 robos left, he's got some catching up to do. His Sinister-sama's in his last level, and it's a short one. But blocky infested. That's not helping. Gamingwhiledad working on clearing out some frogs. Metal Blade's doing some work. Nice looking setup for the crash zip here. This might do it. And Sinister-sama's into the force beams. Gamingwhiledad gets the zip. Sinister-sama with the swag 1-up grab. As Gamingwhiledad finishes the zip and gets to the second half of Crash stage. Now he's on low health, and we know he's going to come up against Woodman. And wisely takes an E-tank in advance of that combat. Woodman not particularly Buster weak, and the terrain isn't going to do us any favors here either. But Sinister-sama gonna come out ahead in just another second here. As Gamingwhiledad opts to climb the right side. And here we have the... Actually, I don't think I've ever seen Dr. Mario's eyebrows. It's behind that stethoscope headband looking thing. We can assume he was waggling them in a menacing manner. As at 21 minutes and 15 seconds, Sinister-sama enters the Wily levels. Gamingwhiledad gets his Crashman level E-tank. Malpractice Mario is excellent. Gamingwhiledad versus Metal Man, as Sinister-sama takes out him in 2 across the second half of this opening part of Wily 1. Gamingwhiledad takes an E-tank and busts out a Spook Boomerang. Didn't do any extra damage. There is an exploitable way to make him at least chill out and not fire at you while using it. No need though. Gamingwhiledad taking him down handily. And I believe he's got 1 level left to go. Should be a quick man. Sinister-sama meanwhile doing the climb in Wily 1. Gamingwhiledad taking the plunging quick man. Goodbye, Space Ape. Help your people. Ah, yes, the dragon game. Blue Swag Dragon weak to Buster. That's pretty solid. Because I like our runners and I want them to be happy, I'm gonna guess it's weak to Crash Bone. And I think it'll be a nice Christmassy red and green dragon who likes oats. Gamingwhiledad contending with blockies. Looks like there are 2 hits and down. Takes some time though. Does remember Leaf Shield. This dragon looks like it ate the blueberry candy at Willy Wonka's factory. They are both doing great. Gamingwhiledad takes a drop into a dangerous part of the force beams. Luckily grabs a time stop and puts to work. Sinister-sama finds out it's not Buster weak, but it is weak to fully charged heat. Gamingwhiledad using Flashman's weapon to grab that one up. Sinister-sama's going to stick with heat for the dragon fight. A little low on health. Needs to be careful. Doing a great job of ducking and weaving the fireballs, though. One more shot ought to do it. Down goes the dragon. Yeah, the thing about the Rando is it is not balanced the way Mega Man 2 Vanilla is. It is difficult in unexpected ways. One might even say potentially unfair. But that's half the fun. Yeah, nobody likes having to charge up heat. Gamingwhiledad bustering down Heatman. Terrain not posing a problem here. As Sinister-sama takes his ride across the first half of Wily 2. You have unexpected medical bills. Come and find me. Dr. Mario taunts Gamingwhiledad at 24:53. I think that's about 2.5 minutes behind Sinister-sama's time. Sinister-sama, meanwhile, digging for the crash wall weakness. Finds it in charged heat. That'd be pretty handy to know in Wily 4 coming up. Moles in their vanilla location here, making some trouble for Sinister-sama. Fortunately, only have 1 hit point rather than vanilla like 4 or 18 or whatever they have. Feels like a million. They do hit pretty hard though. Sinister's low on life, and that Fan Fiend isn't helping. And he's gonna have to just take the hit. Oh, but takes the drop too. Takes knee tank and time to figure out what he wants to do from here. This is a really tough situation. Now he's out of item 3, which is the only way to get up there. It's time to farm some energy. Let's give Gamingwhiledad some time back as he makes the climb in Wily 1. However, Gamingwhiledad will also have to contend with this spot. So I guess it's hard to say whether it's giving time back yet. We'll see when he gets there. Take that metal blade back to your planet. Gamingwhiledad not having it with the Space Ape. While that happened, I missed how Sinister-sama dealt with that Fan Fiend, but it looks like he managed to despawn him or otherwise take him out, possibly with metal blades. And off he goes into the Pico Pico room in a second, as Gamingwhiledad's about to face down the dragon with low weapon energy and low health. This is going to be tough. Pico Picos are not weak to Buster. Ah, we have Lazy Leaf. This is very nice. Good find for Sinister-sama. Gamingwhiledad skips over Atomic Fireball and finds Air Shooter for the dragon. 7 shots and done. A little bit quicker. Gain some time there. As Sinister-sama enjoys his lunch break, he can go for a sandwich or something while the Picos crash against his leaf shield. And off he goes to Wily 3. Gamingwhiledad refills Air Shooter, taking his ride across. And Sinister-sama's going to refill Leaf Shield on his way down into the sewer. And what is Dr. Wily pouring into the environment today? I choose to believe that's ginger ale. Bit low on item 2, that may come back to haunt him in Wily 4 here. Makes it across the danger area though, as Gamingwhiledad digs for the wall weakness. Sinister-sama takes the drop. Catches the bottom corner of the spike on his way down though. Back to start he goes. Gamingwhiledad tries a few and gives up. Doesn't get the E-Tank or the free guy. Now we'll see how he contends with this whole thing. This set Sinister-sama back a few seconds. Pause buffering this time on his way down as Sinister-sama and completes the spike drop successfully. Looks like Gamingwhiledad's going to try the damage boost through it. And manages to get it first try. Oh, that's some time regained for Gamingwhiledad. We might have a race on our hands here yet. It is never over until an alien is begging for mercy. Gamingwhiledad forgoes the spike drop or the swag drop as Sinister-sama finds the Technodrome Gutsdozer. Now, Gamingwhiledad finds Air Shooter for the Picos, but keeps on looking. Here's Lazy Leaf for him. The gamble paid off in this case. Looks like Sinister-sama has found Quick Boomerang for the Technodrome. Down it goes. With just enough health. You only need one hit point, and he didn't have too many to spare. Oh no, Gamingwhiledad, speaking of which, didn't have enough health to spare. Takes a hit from the Pico and back to the hallway he goes. Sinister-sama refilling a couple of his traversal items here. Probably a good call. Gamingwhiledad, meanwhile, takes another auspicious mole hit. Yeah, that's a pretty painful time loss. This is a bad place to take a death. As Sinister-sama comes up on the fake floors. We might not get to see it though, having a little lag on that side. Gamingwhiledad breaks Leaf Shield back out. Oh, and I just realized it's Gamingwhiledad versus Twitch chat. I personally accept no responsibility for this. Sinister-sama past the fake floors and into the anxiety rooms, as we like to call them. Here's one elevator with one shot man. And item one. But two of them, breaking our streak of ones. Gamingwhiledad takes down the last Pico, this time with a couple of hit points to spare. Forgoing the weapon refill and heading right into the sewers. Full of pineapple soda or something. Looks like Sinister-sama is going to take the long ride here this time. Didn't quite have enough item 2 to traverse the gap from the ladder. And Sinister-sama pause buffers and gets the hover from the side there. Nice little time save. As Gamingwhiledad gets down the spike drop in one shot. Flaming toothpaste in the way, but immediately refunding the health, as Dollar Store Metroids spawning in possibly the least threatening place they could. Gamingwhiledad immediately finds the correct weapon to use here. Down goes the Technodrome. And Sinister-sama had the information about the wall weakness, and as was mentioned previously in chat, Swag jumps into the room and takes out one of the walls. Does check the good weaknesses first. I was going to see what's going to work on the turrets, as Gamingwhiledad gains... He's in the same level as Sinister-sama now. It's going to be Quick Boomerang for the turrets. Gamingwhiledad with a recharge, and under the ladders he goes. Some nice corner jumping from Sinister-sama. Not going to risk it here, though, because that's a time loss if you don't make that corner jump. Takes out the wall, climb up. Handful of quick boomerangs, and down goes Wily 4. Gamingwhiledad checks the ceiling, which is now the floor. And take it on him too across rather than messing around with fake floors. Meanwhile, Sinister-sama into the refights. Pretty good caught refilling weapons. Unfortunately, going clockwise. Finds Woodman taking some damage, but gets the kill, gets the refill. Gamingwhiledad gets on the elevator in first anxiety room of 3. Here's Bubble Man. There goes Bubble Man. Very nice airman fight considering he's not playing very nice. Gamingwhiledad versus the Shotman. Gonna wait for the elevator as well. As Sinister-sama pushes down Heatman. I believe that's his 3rd robo so far. Very nice play by Gamingwhiledad to hover into the Shotman for the damage boost across the spikes. That was pretty sick. And Sinister-sama finishes off Airman and finds Metal. Yep, 2 E-tanks out again in there with all the health drops from the robos. Oh, 1 E-tank now. We hope he has a life to spare as well. Now, Gamingwhiledad did not find the wall weakness yet. He tried a few. He's gonna hope he doesn't need them. However, we know no such luck. Sinister-sama versus Flashman, and Flashman is down. Oh, I must have blinked and missed a couple of his robo kills. He's down to Quickman, and that's it. As Gamingwhiledad finds heat, atomic fire for the walls. And also finds quick boomerangs for the turrets. Sinister-sama takes down Quickman, and he's into the machine. It is not Buster Week, which means, ooh, Sinister's got his work cut out for him. He's skipping heat for now. Air doesn't work. Refills it though. No luck with the leaf. Bubble does it. But Sinister's got 2 hit points left, which is not enough to take a hit. Down he goes. Gamingwhiledad still does need to execute amazingly if he's going to catch up, but Sinister-sama may have given him an in. Quick Boomerang isn't working with the first phase. Nor is Metal Blade, which means I believe Crash Bomb should. Doesn't work on the second half, though. Finds that Metal Blade does work for the second half. Takes the E-Tank to finish it off. Needs to be careful about contact damage, it hurts a whole lot. Down goes the machine though, little low on Metal Blade as Gamingwhiledad takes on his first robo, and Sinister-sama enters victory row. Gamingwhiledad digging for weaknesses against the robos. Sinister-sama checks his energy and goes right. Another minute or so before he gets the alien fight. Crashman playing fairly nice with Gamingwhiledad. Down he goes. Sinister-sama facing down Nurse Ghostly. Metal Man giving Gamingwhiledad a bit of the business. No luck with Bubble Lead. As Gamingwhiledad is busting down Heatman. It is not Metal Blade. It is not Crash. This is very good news for Sinister-sama because there was a real chance he didn't have the ammo to do this fight. It is charged heat, so he needs to be careful. A partially charged heat hits like a buster shot, which means it will fully heal the alien. Gamingwhiledad slain by Heatman. As Sinister-sama finishes the alien, that's time. Gamingwhiledad continuing to fight Heatman, with his own weapon no less, and it's working quite well. Three more robos for Gamingwhiledad. Down goes Airman. Yes, let's get our GGs in chat for these two. Now, this is a best of 3, so we're going to keep this party going for a minute. Down goes Bubbleman. Gamingwhiledad refilling Quick Boomerang. And might as well top off while you can. Shoots through the leaf shield for the win. Here it comes against the machine. The machine from the future, as this music is from Mega Man 3. Finds Bubble for the first part of the machine. Is he going to keep with it? Signs point to yes. Now he doesn't know, but we do, that that's going to be just fine if he comes into the alien fight low on Bubble. Knocks off the windshield. Let's see if it works for the second half. I believe it should, because the other weapon that Sinister-sama tried did not work for the second. Takes that last safety sludge, and going to finish it off with Bubbles. Misses the shot and wisely pauses out of it. Canceling the weapon on the screen, allowing him to take another shot. Just finishes off in time. As Gamingwhiledad dropping to the right as well to dodge the drips. It's a significant time save over grabbing the energy on the left side. Gamingwhiledad also skips over charged heat for the ghost at first. Nurse Goats, no less, which I find a little unexpected. Metal Blade not going to cut it. Crash Bomb, no dice. And of course, Flash won't do anything. Guess the bad news is it is charged heat, and away we go. He's low on health and no E-tank, so he really needs to be careful to dodge these bullets. Fortunately, oh, down he goes. Should still have enough weapon energy to finish off that fight. Refills it just in case. And now we have to dodge the drips of acid. You know, the nurse is actually a dead ringer for a Pac-Man ghost. One more shot from charged heat will do it for Gamingwhiledad, and it's not half charged. Down goes the ghost, and that's time. We have official racetime.gg times of 39 minutes 21 seconds for Sinister-sama and 44 minutes 58 seconds for Gamingwhiledad. We're going to take a little bit of setup time as the next race room is open. And we'll be back in just a minute for more Mega Man 2 Rando action. We got at least one more race for you tonight. Hello, welcome back. Hope you managed to stretch and get something to drink. Grab yourself a snack. Come on in and get comfortable. We're getting ready for race 2. About a 4-minute difference in race 1 between the two runners, which is a lot closer than it sounds. That race had some things happen to both runners that really could have gone either way. I think a lot of what happened in the first one was that Gamingwhiledad took a really unfortunate death on the Yokus early, and I think it shot his morale. Hoping he bounces back and we'll get a good feel for the second race as well. The first one was surprisingly exciting. That 4-minute time difference, don't let it fool you. It was surprisingly close. Alright, GLHF to our racers as the gates have been lowered. I judge the speedrunners awesome as charged. Yeah, that last seed was really unforgiving with where the deaths happened. It doesn't take much to lose a good minute or so. And we're off. Roll as Dr. Wily? Well, the Sinister-sama saw something he didn't like and got right out of there. Gamingwhiledad meanwhile finding Quickman. Sinister-sama finds Crashman, also nopes out. Gonna go for it with Airman though. I didn't see, did Sinister-sama take a dive in Airman there? Because it looks like that he decided not to. He's in Flashman now. That gives Gamingwhiledad a good 50 minutes leg up for a little bit of information. We'll see if it pays off. Recognizes that blocky will cause lethal damage here. Not much choice but to buster it down. Fortunately, it only takes 2 shots to do it. Gamingwhiledad into the force beams as Sinister-sama takes the drop off of the first room of Flashman stage. Personally, I feel this seed needs more blockies. Sees the camouflage crusher as Sinister-sama. Nice catch there. I was thinking that too. It's really a good thing it was a Chenki maker. Birds are immune to lemons in this seed and knock Sinister-sama off the top shelf. Gamingwhiledad finds Woodman in Quickman's level. This time soft weak. Decides to take B-Tank. Probably a good call. As Sinister-sama finds Quickman and Flashman stage. Gamingwhiledad out first. Looks like Sinister-sama slain by Quickman. Gamingwhiledad now entering Flashman stage himself. Item 1 as well for Gamingwhiledad, by the way. Nice early start for that. It'll enable some zips. And a little bit of safety in the Heatman stage, as Sinister-sama finishes off Quickman. Checks the crash wall, no dice. Doesn't get crushed either for it. And Sinister-sama finds the Metal Man stage. Who's tracking this thing anyway? Didn't mark the flash level done. Pretty friendly level set, or enemy set here in Metal Man, as Gamingwhiledad finds the Buster Immune Bird. But Buzz cancels out of the knockback and is going to be able to get this E-Tank. Very nice save. Sinister-sama, meanwhile, into the second half, finds Jozen Shotman. Bullets all over the place. Very nicely, pause cancels out of the knockback there as well. As Gamingwhiledad makes it to where Quickman is hiding out. Quickman is soft weak, but Mega Man is weak to Quickman's boot. Yeah, I guess today that's about the ratio, isn't it? I'd devote myself to 16% tracker after that. Gamingwhiledad with a very nice Quickman fight second time around, as Sinister-sama fighting Flashman looks like in Metal Man stage. Takes him down quick and painless. But it looks like his stream is going to hiccup right now, so we're not going to see whether he got an item out of the deal. Into Woodman with Sinister-sama, as Gamingwhiledad is beset by prop tops and a blocky. Finds Air Shooter to take care of at least one of those, though. Pretty nice. No such luck for the blockies, though. Just waiting for them to walk off the side. It really is good. Gamingwhiledad a bit low on health, but remembers he takes less damage from the cans than he does the face. Not that much less, though. This is a difficult health situation for him. Might farm some energy off of these prop tops and gets one. Sinister-sama lemoning down the hot dogs. So I guess we're about to find out whether he got out on 3 at least. Oh, once again, foregoing Goodwood entirely. It is fairly high risk. If you mess up Goodwood, then you have to reset and you're back to 0 robos down. Like, there's mistakes and then there's run killers, and that's of the latter variety. Dollar Store Metroid catches Gamingwhiledad off guard, manages to pause buffer out of the knockback, though. Doesn't die. They're also immune to air. Oh, what a save! Gamingwhiledad staying on top. No luck with bubbles against the Metroids either. It's Buster or nothing. As Sinister-sama is coming down the end of Woodman level, doing the Treehouse DLC. This is a rather rough airman stage. And static item 1, so maybe that won't enable as many zips as we'd hoped. Meanwhile, Sinister-sama finds Metal Man hanging out in Woodman's treehouse. Not soft weak to Buster, but not jumping very high. That helps. Oh, there he goes. Commentator's curse. I've done it. I'm drunk with power. No items for Sinister-sama here, as Gamingwhiledad finds Crashman and leaves a pile of scrap in his wake. Sinister-sama into bubble and gets dropped by a prop top. Gamingwhiledad into metal stage. That was a pretty rough place for them to come down. Both runners three robos in and getting into the start of their fourth. This is what I was talking about. This is a pretty close race. No major issues for either one. The 48 seconds or so from the beginning notwithstanding. Sinister-sama going for the hover zip. Oh, not quite over far enough to get it. Gonna have to do the whole level. As the Gamingwhiledad finds the Toho region of the Metal Man stage. Manages to save from that knockback. That was gonna knock him into the hole. Very nice save, as Sinister-sama is at the end of the spike part. Another thrice accursed prop top to block his way. And some toothpaste, not on fire this time. Gamingwhiledad using his static item 1s to great effect as he gets another E-tank. But now his stream is holding up, so I'll just switch the audio here as Sinister-sama finishes up the Bubble Man stage. And Bubble Man in his own room as Gamingwhiledad squaring off against Flashman. It takes an E-tank. Took some body damage there. It was getting pretty dangerous. Both robos going down at exactly the same time, making my life very easy. Thanks, guys. Each one gets an item 2. Item 2 for Sinister-sama and 3 for Gamingwhiledad. Going now into Woodman for Gamingwhiledad and Heatman for Sinister-sama. Okay, I hope the tracker's right. Oh no! Sinister-sama finds some fan fiends in heat and takes a game over. There is no audio chungus. No, there's only 2% chungus. Audio chungus is something entirely different. Another death for Sinister-sama in the lava, and yeah, his audio level is a bit lower than Gamingwhiledad. I'll switch it back over. Gamingwhiledad finds air shooter for the hot dogs, as Sinister-sama is still struggling with those fan fiends in the lava zone, taking a tactical game over. Oh, maybe not tactical. I know not the inner workings of our runners. I do know that fan fiend is still a problem. As Gamingwhiledad enters the Treehouse DLC. And Sinister-sama does have item 3 after all. Very nice use of the metal blade to take out that fan feed that's been plaguing this whole time. All right, and we'll switch it back over to Sinister-sama's audio as Gamingwhiledad is having a little hiccup again. Never mind, so Sinister-sama. We'll just take a little coffee break as the streams catch up. Thank you, Charlie Boy, working on things behind the scenes. All right, whichever runner starts moving first, there we go. Looks like Sinister-sama probably game overed out of Heatman and went somewhere else. Ah, that's some nice audio regulation. As Gamingwhiledad finished off somebody somewhere. I think I recall he was in Woodman stage, and I think he got item 2 out of there. And now Gamingwhiledad is about to find out all the wonders the Heatman level has to offer. Like Mets, and that guy. Gamingwhiledad, however, hovering across the hole and just makes it across in time as Sinister-sama is slain by a Chanky Maker. Just generally not a good day for Sinister-sama in high temperature situations. Nice damage boost off that bullet to save the drop in of lava caused by the Fan Fiend. Might get another one here too. Sinister-sama makes it into the force beam area. Those blockies are a real problem in the quick man stage. Between them and the Chanky Makers, a lot of damage going around. Now, I don't think there were any big surprises after this point in the Heatman stage. So Gamingwhiledad should make it into the Yoku hallway pretty safely, and he's got all 3 items. As Sinister-sama stream resumes, looks like he made it through the force beams alright. Here's Woodman and Sinister-sama taking a leaf from Gamingwhiledad's page, taking him down with no issue at all. It looks like something went wrong here for Gamingwhiledad. Item 1 is way across this, oh yeah, this whole shrimp battery area. That's pretty rough. And Sinister-sama is back, once again using Metal Blade. A great effect there. That's a really nice shot. Now Gamingwhiledad gonna try the Yokus despite having item 2. I wonder if he used up his energy and didn't get it back. Oh, Sinister-sama narrowly grabbing that health before his iframes ran out. That was pretty sick. As Gamingwhiledad makes it down to the Yokus, and across he goes. Sinister-sama successfully pause boosts out of that. Gamingwhiledad doesn't get clipped by that Yoku that time, and across he goes. One last fan feed just to add insult to injury, and Sinister-sama here to add injury to insult. Having been insulted by that injured Fan Fiend. Gamingwhiledad being safely across the Yokus, he'll see the boss here in a second, as Sinister-sama is going to probably go for the clip across the level again, which I don't think Gamingwhiledad got. So that's going to be a time make-up there. Ah, here's Airman in Heatman's room. Gonna take an E-Tank, because it's pretty hard to avoid damage against this boss. Lad takes him down in 7, that's good enough. Both runners with, well, Gamingwhiledad now with 3 to go, Thanks to the 3 robos to be able to help finish up the Heatman level as Gamingwhiledad gets into Crash. More robots in the first room. Is this even randomized? Sinister-sama faces off with Airman, Gamingwhiledad facing a never-ending stream of tellies up top and they're immune to air. I don't know if he has anything else that shoots up. Makes them to the ladder though. Oh, Sinister-sama with unfortunate body damage from Airman and down he goes. Meanwhile, the robots have been working out since the last stream. They got some, or last game. They got some hit points on them this time. Sinister-sama also finding a bubble for Airman and sends him to the scrap heap. Sinister-sama also in the Crashman stage, so he's about a half a level behind Gamingwhiledad at present. And again, with static item 1, it's going to be harder to pull off a zip here. Those robots may make it impossible, actually. Gamingwhiledad having to pause cancel out of the knockback off of the ladder from the 3rd elevator room. Sinister-sama, much less delayed by the tellies than Gamingwhiledad was, makes up a little bit of time here. Gamingwhiledad into the tower as Sinister-sama is approaching the elevator rooms. Sniped by the rabbit / Koopa at the last possible second, though. Gonna try a leaf shield against this prawn that keeps knocking him off the ladder. Does the job, and up he goes. Meanwhile, Sinister-sama wisely using a time stopper to get up the ladder rather than getting stomped by a rabbit. And pause canceling out of a knockoff of the ladder, very nicely done by the Sinister-sama here. Ah, Gamingwhiledad didn't have item 2. I had forgotten that I was in bubble stage. That's going to be his last level he gets. A quick and rude greeting from Heatman for Gamingwhiledad as Sinister-sama's stream catches up. Gonna try some weapons. Air isn't gonna do it. All I'm gonna say is the Battletoads music does not bode well, but he finds a very effective weapon in Quick Boomerang. And off goes Gamingwhiledad toward his last Robo in Bubble Man stage. Sinister-sama, meanwhile, does the switch zip all the way to Heatman. Finds Quick Boomerang right away, or possibly found it on a previous attempt. Very nice clean fight with Heatman, though. Nicely done. This race is tighter than the fasteners on a Robot Master. As Sinister-sama enters the airman level, Gamingwhiledad's coming down into the water. Oh yeah, more blockies. I did say we needed more of those. Try his charged heat and gets nothing for it. Looks like air might have done it though. As Gamingwhiledad is hovering on over. Did he make it? Not quite. I'll have to take item 1 right over him. Pretty good call. Crash Bomb is often my favorite to deal with him, but he doesn't have it. Gonna get it from this level. As Gamingwhiledad's stream pauses for a moment, at a critical moment, I thought he was gonna hit those spikes. I'm not sure if he made it across here or not. Sinister-sama successfully makes it across the first half of Airman stage. Also finds the Metroids, and that they're immune to air. I don't recognize this music, but it makes me think of John Philip Sousa. And here's Gamingwhiledad fighting Bubble Man for a second. Blink and you missed it. Sinister-sama taking a lot of damage from those blockies and Metroids, has to take a 2 spots to get across. Meanwhile, Gamingwhiledad finds somebody with no hair on his head at all, waggling his eye nothings at us in menacing fashion. Gonna enter the first Wily stage right around 24:30. And Sinister-sama finds Crashman, still not feeling like jumping around too much. Quaker Oats, man. I should have known. Looks like Sinister-sama about 30 seconds behind Gamingwhiledad at the present moment. However, those birds may make a difference here. Got halfway across without them too, but they're going to keep slowing them down. Ah yes, it is time to guess the dragon. I keep forgetting that. That's because I always guess things like item 4, which obviously is not correct. Item 5 can damage the dragon, not 4. Well, I think in tribute to my next opponent, I think this dragon is going to be Georgia Peach. And once again, I like our runners. I think the dragon should be weak to crash bombs. Oh, an absolute full swagrin, by the way. Pretty close-looking race here as Gamingwhiledad gets to the end of the ladder area. Sinister-sama coming up on the room right before him. And wasting no time saves at all, even using item 3 to get up this ladder. If that dragon were any more vanilla, it would be a flavorless snow cone. Not weak to Buster or the air shooter. Nor wood, thankfully. Sinister-sama in the same room now, not weak to Bubble. Gamingwhiledad pause buffers out of the damage, nicely done. Sinister-sama getting ground with every second. Gamingwhiledad finds Metal Blade. And takes out the dragon with it. Nicely done. Sinister-sama, no luck with... Wait, is it Metal Blade or is that Supercharged Heat that I see them spamming? In any case, Sinister-sama not far behind Gamingwhiledad at this point. I wasn't counting seconds, but I'm going to call it about 15. Yep, Gamingwhiledad's lead quickly evaporating, as both of them are probably on item 2 concurrently right now. Sinister-sama outrunning the bullet. We'll see if either one pauses to check the crash walls, because that could be a lead change if it happens. Gamingwhiledad decides he does want that E-Tank. And Sinister-sama found the weakness immediately. It is Metal Blade, which also eliminates one possible weapon that'll work on the turrets in Wily 4. Now they both know it works on the walls, and Sinister-sama is now ahead by a couple of seconds. Much less trouble getting over the item 3 climb this time, as it's a mere shotman and not a bunch of fan feeds in the way. Sinister-sama takes a death, and honestly, I'm not sure what from. The best thing I can figure, delay scroll, okay. Oh, but give Gamingwhiledad the lead back, that's for sure. GWD finds, quick boomerang for the, Pico Picos. Found Bubble at first and, decided to switch looking. Yeah, Charlie Boy would know better than me what exactly happened there. It looked like he tried to hover to the left and something went funny. So I, for one, learned something new about it today. We don't pause over to the left from that ladder. Got it. Gamingwhiledad finishes off the Pico Picos as Sinister-sama was still right behind him, I think. Yep, Sinister sticking with a bubble for the Pico Picos, as Gamingwhiledad plunges into the pool of orange soda. And also Jor armor storage, apparently, yikes. Sinister-sama out of Wily 2, Gamingwhiledad into the spec drop. Sinister-sama taking the time to grab the E-Tank here and refill his weapon. Okay, that was actually Metal Blades. Gamingwhiledad under the Gutstoker fight. Sinister-sama slain by spikes and a Joe armor. Having trouble lining up the leaf shield shots to be able to check it. Doesn't work after all. You're gonna take an E-Tank and keep looking. Finds Metal Blade. Will he have enough ammo? Oh, this is going to be close. Just gets it. And Sinister-sama takes a spike drop. Looks like no problem. Into Wildly 4 with Gamingwhiledad. And Sinister-sama just about to finish 3. You can see that Guts Dozer fight a little quicker. This is still anyone's race. At this point, it could come to knowledge gained in the Robos. Gonna just wait another second here for the stream to catch back up. Gamingwhiledad once again not messing with the fake floors, which is particularly difficult to contend with here because the reference on this fake floor in particular isn't there. So if you want to do that without item 2, you got to really take a chance and look at the bottom of the screen to figure out the reference points. Into the first spike room with Gamingwhiledad. Meanwhile, I imagine Sinister-sama is probably starting this level by now. Ah yes, vertical zips. SER, human of culture. I'm not. I never learned them. Sinister-sama taking the item 1 strategies, but taking a fall for it. Gamingwhiledad with a very nice item 2 skip. And damage boosting off the crab. Into the 4th elevator room. Sinister-sama also wisely takes the jet slide across the fake floor. Still very close behind GWD. Gamingwhiledad going to use his information to break the walls first. As Sinister-sama attacks the anxiety rooms. Gamingwhiledad finds after taking out the walls that Leaf Shield is the weakness for the turrets. Which at least makes the rest of the fight easy. But that may give some time back to Sinister-sama if he checks that first. Sinister-sama also getting the item 2 skip, dropping right under the crab, saving a couple of seconds there. Bit by bit, he's getting up on Gamingwhiledad. Also, just notice Sinister-sama's life count is at 0. So he's in a dangerous spot. If he doesn't have enough E-tanks to get to the refights and gets a game over, that could nail that coffin shut. Sinister-sama also breaks down the walls with the metal blades. And he's Gamingwhiledad in the refights. He's gonna take out Metal Man. He's got 1 E-tank to his name. And 1 hit point to his name. Gets Metal Man though. That's his first robo down as Sinister-sama finishes up Pico Pico. Or sorry, Boo Beams. Gamingwhiledad finds Crash Man as Sinister-sama enters Wily 5. We'll see if he does take the attack roll mentioned in chat. Gamingwhiledad gets taken out by Crash Man. As Sinister-sama fighting Airman. It looks like he's going for it. No fear. Air Shooter not doing Gamingwhiledad much good, but Sinister-sama takes out Airman, and it is 2 robos now to 1. Gamingwhiledad versus Bubbleman, and Sinister-sama versus, looks like, Flashman. Down goes Flashman. And we're in Schrodinger's race. Right now, at this moment, we're 2 and 2 robos in the refights. Gamingwhiledad looks like did manage to take out Bubbleman. Here he is on Woodman. And there he was on Woodman. Finding Quickman now, also Buster weak, but also quite quick, as the name often implies. Down he goes. Finds Heatman, who I believe this time was weak to Quick Boomerang, or was that last time? Commentator Seedbleed. Oh, Metal isn't going to do it. Here's Sinister-sama taking down Bubbleman. And he is now 6 robos down to Gamingwhiledad's, I think also 6 actually. Sinister-sama makes quick work of Crashman as Gamingwhiledad finishes Heat. It is 7-6 in favor of Sinister-sama. Gamingwhiledad just gets Flashman before the freeze goes off. And Sinister-sama using the quick boomerang with Metal Man. Thanks, Charlie. I'm doing my best. And Sinister-sama into the Wily machine. As Gamingwhiledad is just finishing Airman, who I believe is his last robo. Down goes Sinister. Oh no! Oh no! Gamingwhiledad under the Wily machine as Sinister-sama starts his refights. What a turn of events. Gamingwhiledad still looking for weaknesses as Sinister-sama finishes his first robo. Takes out the windshield, but runs out of Metal Blade. Has 2 lives left. 2 robos now for Sinister-sama. And Gamingwhiledad takes out the rest of the machine. Whatever Sinister is putting directly into Heatman's face, it is certainly working, as it's got 3 robos down. Takes down Woodman as Gamingwhiledad reaches the Victory Road. Quickman buys the farm again. And Gamingwhiledad just about to enter the room. Sinister-sama crash bombs down Bubbleman. As Gamingwhiledad finds out that lemons do not work on a Pez dispenser. Nor does Air Shooter. Sinister-sama, another robo down. Metal Blade's own weapon working on him? That would never work. And Sinister-sama back into the Wily machine, this time with a couple of lives to spare, but I don't think any E-tanks. busters down the windshield and will also be able to buster down the rest of it. This is going to give him some time back. I don't know if Gamingwhiledad is finished yet. The machine is down for Sinister-sama, and as far as we know, Gamingwhiledad is still looking for a weakness. Checks his ammo as he gets to the bottom of Victory Road. It looks like Gamingwhiledad died on Alien Fight. Back into it. If I had to take a guess... Okay, he found Leaf Shield for it. He may have run out of energy. Gamingwhiledad gets the last hit with Leaf Shield, though, and that is time as Sinister-sama gets into the room. Man, that was close. We can officially get our GGs in the chat for this one. And Sinister-sama finds Leaf Shield. And puts paid to the seed. We have official racetime.gg times of, as I read this correctly, 43 minutes 21 seconds for Gamingwhiledad and 43:49 for Sinister-sama. 28 seconds separated these two runners in the seed. And we're getting to game 3. Who's tracking this anyway? Clicking the wrong done first. Hack. There we go. I do believe this is the first game 3 we've seen in this tournament yet, and it's a banger, I'm not gonna lie. I'm enjoying this greatly. Square's putting in a fantastic show. And we're getting settled into the next race room. This is going to be a chance to get up, stretch, get yourself something to drink, hydrate before you dehydrate. We're going to be underway with our third race in Nothing Flat. Looks like we have our next seed to get into. Sinister-sama loading it up. Gamingwhiledad should be shortly. I'd like to thank you for joining us here on Speed Gaming 3. We know you have a choice in which Speed Gaming can to select, as there are 6 of them. This night could be more stacked with esports with the blockies learning how to do Cirque du Soleil, and you're here and I love you for it. They hear an intruder in the booth. But I don't have time to play bouncer right now. Let's get our next race going. Welcome back. Hope you get a good snack. Looks like our runners have loaded up their final seed for the night. Unless they get a tie. And might be just about ready to go. I think they're just about to lower the gates. Oh, that means I should probably untrack all this stuff. I promise neither runner is starting with 8 robos down. As another subtle insult to Capcom, the password to the Wily tournament is the Konami code. Whoops, and now my reading comprehension just kicked in. No, this is not the password into Wily tournament. Does password even work in the rando? And we're off. Sinister-sama finds Metal Man stage and Gamingwhiledad right into Crash Man. Right out of Crash Man. Sinister-sama is happy to proceed in Metal, gets his E-Tank, and Gamingwhiledad's gonna stick with Quickman stage, it looks like. Oh man, I'm gonna go to bed annoyed that I couldn't figure out what this song is. Ooh, Fan Fiend plus Force Beam equals back to start for Gamingwhiledad. Sinister-sama, meanwhile, reaches his checkpoint in Metal Man stage. Taunted by Tellies. Just set by Mets. This time lands in a good place to take out the fan and drop on down. Not stopped by Prop Tots. Oh! Here's some Joe armor for Gamingwhiledad to contend with. Gets stomped. Sinister-sama entering the boss room in Metal. Finds Woodman. Tricky to do in Metal Man stage with that conveyor belt. Helps you to soft weak to Buster though. Sinister-sama keeping his distance. Gonna play it safe. As Gamingwhiledad contends with the Force Beams. One more shot will do it for Sinister-sama, as Gamingwhiledad making his quick way through the Quickman stage. No item for Sinister-sama, and he joins us here in Quickman stage. Gamingwhiledad finds a Buster Soft Weak Heat Man, which is fortunate because he's got no weapons to try. Oh, Sinister-sama finds the same force beam that Gamingwhiledad did. As Gamingwhiledad is out of quick. And gets item 3. Takes another death from that Fan Fiend and the Force Beam combo. It's a rough one, as Gamingwhiledad finds the Woodman stage. Gamingwhiledad wading his way through an all-you-can-eat Joe buffet, and Sinister-sama game overs in Quickman stage. Gonna go for it again. Gotta be careful with this Joe armor. That will be the end of this this Mega Man life. Bubbles ain't gonna help. He tanks well. Sinister-sama electing to skip the E-Tank and go down the left side. Oh, remember that time when I thought blockies were immune to Buster? Gamingwhiledad takes it to the face and makes it down to the hot dogs, as Sinister-sama facing off against Joe armors. No trouble from the hot dogs does Gamingwhiledad take, and Sinister-sama almost to the race zone. Gamingwhiledad gets the checkpoint, going right on up. Not going to try Goodwood, it doesn't look like. Too bad, because those blockies aren't going to make his life easy. Only takes hit from one, though. Very nicely done. Ah, and finds Space Apes. As Gamingwhiledad traverses the treehouse, Sinister-sama is into the quick room, finding Heat Man. Feeds and summon Lemon and move on. Both runners now with item 3. As Gamingwhiledad finds a very aggressive Metal Man in Woodman stage, Sinister-sama once again joins us in the same zone. Gamingwhiledad with no E-Tanks is going to take the death. Sinister-sama makes it across the Joes, only to get the worst news. And this time, Gamingwhiledad handily taking out Metal Man. And beginning item 1, as Sinister-sama finds crash bombs for the blockies working rather well. Not really doing it for the hot dogs though, which he needs to be careful and watch his health. Got an E-Tank and he's going to use it. Probably a wise call. That's a bad place to go all the way to the start from. Gamingwhiledad checks item 1, finds it is static again. Also finds a shot man trying to make him pay for trying to jump in the airman stage. What an audacious thing to try. Very nice pause cancel for Gamingwhiledad to stay out of the abyss. As Sinister-sama reaches the checkpoint and heads up a ladder. Not going to go for Goodwood. Gamingwhiledad wisely takes out that Fan Fiend who was going to wreck his attempt at Bubble Zip if he left him alive. Begins the hover as Sinister-sama traverses the treehouse. Didn't. Oh, they did make it far enough. There he goes. Very nicely done. Skips the first half of the spike area. Off he goes into the next room as Sinister-sama completes the treehouse and is just about to finish up Woodman stage. Looks like they'll get to the boss doors pretty close to the same time. Oh, assuming Gamingwhiledad doesn't take the plunge there. Very nice pause cancel. There might be one more. Oh, just Joe. Sinister-sama being methodical in his treatment of Metal Man, doing a very nice job of it. As Gamingwhiledad finds looks like Airman in Bubble Man's room. We'll see if Velcros to the ceiling. Didn't even get a chance. And we are 3 robos apiece as Gamingwhiledad enters Metal Man and Sinister-sama and the Bubble Man also gets the bad news about item 1. So we're about to know exactly who's ahead during the robo stages, which is pretty uncommon in the Hidden Stages Randomizer. Gamingwhiledad adeptly pause cancels out of the knockback from that frog / Topman cohort. And as close as this race is looking so far, this bubble zip may be very important for Sinister-sama to make. I don't know if he caught that pause buffer in time to hover across far enough. Gamingwhiledad into the second half of Metal Man. Oh yeah, he's over far enough easy. Oh, but didn't trigger the zip! Sinister-sama taking the DLC as Gamingwhiledad cruises across the latter half of Metal Man. I was sure Sinister-sama had that zip. Still a pretty close race though, as Gamingwhiledad enters the boss room in Metal and is going to find, yes, Woodman. Gamingwhiledad, meanwhile, is just going to stand and fight right on through it. Had the health to spare and got it done. So we have Gamingwhiledad with 4 robos down at 10 minutes 48. Entering the Flashman stage. And Sinister-sama finding Airman. And a very nice first spread. Ah, yes, Velcro Airman. This is going to be trouble. Wisely waits for him to come down and take a shot, but no, gets up there and gets it done. Gamingwhiledad trying weapons on Crashwall here, as Sinister-sama gains his item 2. Less than a minute separates these runners, as Sinister-sama enters the Heatman stage. Looked like no luck with the Crashwall, so Gamingwhiledad still has some good information. That's 3 or 4 weapons down, as Sinister-sama takes the death and heat. It didn't look intentional. Gamingwhiledad taking 2's cruise across the back half of Flashman. and doesn't have Time Stopper, so every weapon that he tried, all 7, no, 5, sorry, I can count. I can't actually count past 4. But all 5 weapons Gamingwhiledad tried are eliminated from the possibilities, so now he only has 2 things that could still be the crossballs. Now fighting Flashman in his own domain, and Sinister-sama gets the Zip Across Heatman stage. Down goes Flashman. Sinister-sama gets the 1-up in Heatman stage on the item 2 ride. Gamingwhiledad entering Airman. More blockies. I apologize to our runners, I asked for this. This is a very crowded Airman stage. Lots of bullets and Metroids flying around. As Sinister-sama finds a very friendly Bubble Man in the Heatman level, he immediately switches to a weapon that he can spam from close range, but it doesn't work. Goes to Crash Bomb, and that is going to do it. But with no E-Tanks, he may have to figure out something else yet. Yeah, the Huggy Bubble is no fun. Get Crash Bombs against the wall might get it done if you got the health to spare for it. These ones do have the explosion that lingers, that helps. Gamingwhiledad now entering the boss door in the Airman stage. Sinister-sama working on it. He's ahead on health, one more shot. Gets it done. Very nice. And Gamingwhiledad versus Quickman, meanwhile. Pretty close fight. He's gonna nope. He's gonna take the E-Tank, and then takes a hit before finishing the fight. So very good call. As Sinister-sama now in the Airman stage himself. Gamingwhiledad in the Heatman level. Is Heaven getting in trouble today? We'll see if he gets through cleanly this time. The way this race is going, it could be the difference in the outcome. Sinister-sama methodically and cleanly making his way across this level. Hovering over the Joe shot, very nice, doesn't get knocked into the abyss. Gamingwhiledad almost does. Swarmed by Metroids as he gets over that gap. Alright, looks like Gamingwhiledad's gonna get this, go for this item 3 zip. As Sinister-sama into the back half of Airman stage. Both runners dealing with frogs. Gamingwhiledad gets the zip, but away he goes to ride his item 2 into victory. Wow, Sinister-sama just under that shot from the Joe. I thought he was going to take that one in the face and take a dive. Excellent bullet mastery from Sinister-sama there. As Gamingwhiledad also finds Crash Bomb for working on the telly, or the blocky. Still taking a pile of damage from it, though. And speaking of pile of damage, Bubbleman's about to get up close and personal as Sinister-sama takes on Flat Crashman. No, Quickman. Can you believe somebody asked me to do this? Sinister-sama gets Quickman in one shot, though. Well, one attempt. Not one, like, buster shot. As Gamingwhiledad gets inconvenienced by Bubbleman. Sinister-sama now in a Flashman's level. Gamingwhiledad taking another shot here at Bubble Man. He has another weapon or two to try. As Sinister-sama is going to try some Crash Wall and finds Air Shooter for it. Gamingwhiledad, meanwhile, just trying to bust her down Bubble Man, and it's not going well. Takes his last E-Tank. Gonna try Metal Blade. No dice. But tries the Crash Bombs against the wall method. Doesn't stick around for it, but does manage to apply a few directly to his forehead. And down goes Bubble Man on Gamingwhiledad's last life. Very nicely done. Gamingwhiledad into his last robo and immediately beset by frogs as Sinister-sama gets the E-Tank from Flashman and can break through the wall in the end, saving a little bit of time. This is turning into another close one. These Joes are not here to make Gamingwhiledad's life easy, and the static item 1 will not start the zip, but at least get you up the... Very spammy Flashman this time around. Sinister-sama doing a pretty good job dealing with him. A couple more shots from the Butcher should do it. As Gamingwhiledad gets into the very laggy elevator rooms. Sinister-sama out of Flashman stage and gonna get the crashing himself. I'm gonna say less than half a level separates these two runners. It's gonna pretty much come down to execution in the elevator rooms, I'd say. Unless Sinister-sama can get this zip from here. That would put him immediately in the lead. Or close to it. Gamingwhiledad starts to climb, and I couldn't actually see Sinister-sama's sprite, but he sure got out of that room. Oh, no lives for the zip. Good catch. I didn't know they were both on the last knife. Yep. 1 life for each runner. Good catch, Charlie boy. That means the next death could very well, again, turn the tide of this entire race, depending on where and when it happens. Deep into Wily 5, for instance, would not be great, nor against the last robo here. Sinister-sama also electing to avoid or ignore the frogs and just climb his item 1s out of there. Gamingwhiledad almost misses the E-Tank, decides to go back for it. Gamingwhiledad finishes the tower climb as Sinister-sama starts it. Nice damage cancel out of that knockback for Sinister-sama as Gamingwhiledad finds Crashman in his own element. And a pretty aggressive Crashman at that. This is going to be close. He takes the E-Tank, which is wide, because he don't want to game over here. Finishes off Crashman, and off he goes into the Wily stages. Sinister-sama menaced by Space Apes, leaping up Wily 2, gaining every second he can. I see Gamingwhiledad entering Wily 1 right around 22:30. We'll see when Sinister-sama gets in. It won't be too much later than that. Ah, Sinister-sama also managed to grab a free guy along the way, so he's in a little better shape in terms of life insurance. Oh, no twos cruise across this wily one because Fan Fiends had something to say about it. Down goes Crash Fan and out goes Sinister-sama to the wily stages. Looks like he'll be entering right around 23:30, about a minute behind. So once again, it's going to be execution. Ah yes, what will our dragon look like? This time I think it's going to be like eyesore, orange, and green. I think it's going to like oats. I think it's going to not like crash bombs. Sinister-sama continuing with the Fan Fiends as Gamingwhiledad gets to the ladder. Sets the item one a little high. Time stopper being put to good use here to get past these shrimp. Nice corner jump from Sinister-sama. Ah, it's a purple unicorn dragon. I don't recall anybody saying that purple dragons were against the rules. It's not weak to Buster or air. It is weak to wood, but does he really want to keep doing that? Times points a yes. Nicely done by Gamingwhiledad, taking out the dragon with Leaf Shield. Sinister-sama wasting no time deploying the time stopper here. Gamingwhiledad grabbing item 3 energy here. He should have just enough item 2 to get to the second ladder. Yeah, Sinister-sama makes it to the Unicorn Dragon. And finds Crash Bombs quite useful here. The lingering explosion causing extra damage to the face, and out goes Sinister-sama. I think he gained a little bit of time here. And again, a little bit more yet as Gamingwhiledad finds the wall weakness, which Sinister-sama already knows. Gets the 1-up and the E-Tank, probably wise. Gamingwhiledad manages to avoid the Phantom Sprite damage as Sinister-sama gets ready to take the drop here. Skips the life and the E-Tank. Saves a couple of seconds there. Right on his tail at this point. Very vanilla sprite for the Pico Pico, and very weak to Metal Blades. Good news for Gamingwhiledad, who landed on that weakness right away. But here's Sinister-sama in the same room with him. Finds Buster also working. That's a little bit of menuing he didn't have to do. Gamingwhiledad finishes the Picos at 2750. And Sinister-sama at 2812. 22 seconds behind. As we are treated to some Mega Man X3 music, I believe. Oh, Fan Fiend in the Lake of Ecto Cooler, and down goes Gamingwhiledad. Suddenly, Sinister-sama is in the lead. Down goes Sinister-sama. Suddenly, Gamingwhiledad is in the lead. Difference being, Gamingwhiledad tried to pause hover out of it. Sinister-sama did not, and that gave him a couple of seconds back. And Sinister-sama deploying Time Stopper here to stop that Fan Fiend. Gamingwhiledad mere seconds behind Sinister-sama as they get into the spike drop. Sinister-sama pause buffering, and now they are tied because Gamingwhiledad did not. Both of them in the Gutsdozers fight, both fighting Buster. Gamingwhiledad finishing off mere seconds behind Sinister-sama. I don't know about you, but as far as I'm concerned, this is a dream. We've got a game 3 that's an eyelash, one runner with an eyelash behind the other. I'm not going to say I called it, but I did present the possibility. Sama takes a drop here in the fake floor as Gamingwhiledad enters the room. Both taking item 2 across the spike floor, probably for the best. Still within a screen of each other. Sinister-sama with a little bit less item 1 to play with. Unless I saw that wrong. I must have. Switches to item 3. Very nice heads-up play as Gamingwhiledad scales the item 1s to get up here. Both runners having a little trouble getting item 2 to deploy. As Gamingwhiledad drops onto the platform, and Sinister-sama pause buffers around the corner, that's going to be a significant lead change, or lead security. Oh, especially that spike death. Oh no. Sinister-sama now with a significant lead in this level. Gamingwhiledad back into the first anxiety room. Sinister-sama wanting nothing to do with those Buster immune birds, as I recall. And is it just me, or did it looks like Metal Blade worked on the turrets? Yes, indeed. Quick and easy out of this level. As Gamingwhiledad is half in and half out of the anxiety rooms, under the laws of quantum mechanics. Sinister-sama once again going clockwise. Here comes Flashman. He's pretty quick to use a time stopper the first time around. We'll see if he's as spendy with it this time. Every one of those is time lost. All right, Gamingwhiledad now into the Pico Pico. No, the Boo Beams. I keep getting those two confused. Finds Metal Blade as being effective, and he's gonna get this done pretty quick. Question is, how many Robos will he have to contend with by the time he gets done? And how many behind Sinister-sama will he be? I guess we know how many Robos I'll have to contend with. It's always 8. Seriously, who let this Chungus guy do commentary? Here's Metal Man. There goes Metal Man. That was Sinister-sama's 4th Robo. To Gamingwhiledad's none yet. Here's Heat Man, Buster Soft Weak, and Sinister-sama's going to stick with it. Hope he doesn't take the death from here, though. Although, as places to die go, you can do a whole lot worse. Now that he's got a couple of lives to spare. But, gets him down, no problem. 5 Robos down. To Gamingwhiledad's probably won by now? Buster Weak Woodman with no conveyor belts to protect him this time. Gamingwhiledad contending with Bubble Man. Breaks up the crash bombs. Sinister-sama meanwhile taking on Quick Man. Crash is down. Quick is down. Wow, and Sinister-sama made very short work of Bubble Man with Quick Boomerang. That's a little bit more time gained as he moves on to the Wily machine. No Buster this time. Immediately pops an E-Tank and tries out Quick Boomerang. It works on the windshield. We'll see if it sticks around. It does not. He's got to find another weapon. And we hope it's not that. Nope, finds Leaf Shield. Bit low on health, but I think he's got another E-Tank. Leaf Shield hits pretty hard, though. Takes that last E-Tank and gonna finish it off the machine. But as long as he doesn't take machine body damage. There it goes. Sinister-sama into Wily 6 with Gamingwhiledad with an average of 3.5 Robos left to go. As Sinister-sama is going to drop right to the right side of the Victory Road drop. T-posing in midair, stopping to assert dominance. Here he is at the end of the acid drops. And into the alien door. Ah, the unholy Wily alien hybrid, weak to Buster. Oh, this is going to be quick. Down goes Wily, and that is time for Sinister-sama. Official racetime.gg time of 37 minutes 31 seconds. Gamingwhiledad stream still catching up. We don't have a done or a forfeit from him, though. You're just gonna wait to see if the stream catches up. We can see how GWD finishes out the seed. It was super close on Wiley 4. Lost about a minute to an unfortunate spike death. We know he was using crash bombs on Bubbleman, so he might have had a little more trouble with the Robot Masters. Whatever the case, I do believe we'll be seeing Sinister-sama in here shortly. Maybe I'll let him run the interview. I hear footsteps. And I am now joined in the booth by Sinister-sama. Very good games. Well done. How are you feeling?
Stressed?
That was a great show.
Well, yeah. I'm I'm seeing what's going on, and yeah, looked like the restream died.
Yeah, we lost contact with Gamingwhiledad there for a minute. Still hasn't caught up from this first robo.
Oh.
You two were like frame perfect synced for a second there in Wiley 4.
I figured if I was gonna lose the race, it was gonna be on that stupid game over back at air shit. Sorry, I forgot, but
Oh yeah, the end of the second seed after the refights, that was rough.
I almost tilted.
Wouldn't have blamed you. So how'd you like those seeds anyway?
Seed 1 was okay. I got some words for Blocky on game 2. Game 3 was
I still think we needed more Blockies.
No. That is subjective, and I will not take offense, and I will take personal offense to that. Oh. Yeah, that last race though. I'm surprised I'm still surprised it's still going, so something must have happened.
We're guessing, his internet may have died or something, which is unfortunate. He was pretty far behind you, though. He took an unfortunate death in the spike room, so he was at least a minute behind you when he got into the refights.
Oh, when he got into the refights, he was already a minute behind?
Yeah, at least. He was having a little more trouble with Bubbleman. Like, you got those refights done quick.
Yeah, and Wiley was weak to quick and then turn around. I think I used Leaf to get rid of him, and then the machine was Buster only.
Yeah, that was Gamingwhiledad is speaking in Discord at least. Yeah, that was pretty awesome finding lemons against the alien. I kind of figured you had it at that point.
About to check the Discord right now, see what's going on with Gamingwhiledad. Unless his net just decided to die on us, which that'd be unfortunate.
It would be. Oh, we probably have to get an official admin ruling on that. Probably go from the recording.
About to check it out right now. Because
as it stands, by my estimation, I'm pretty sure you had it. Like, barring a nasty death or game over at the alien, I don't think there was a way he was going to come back. Not the way you executed on Wily's 5 and 6.
if you want to go back to my stream, you're welcome to do that. But yeah, I absolutely destroyed the. Oh, his net cut out.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Well, I'd say the official outcome of this race is going to come down to an admin ruling then.
Yeah.
And that's above my pay grade.
Up until the anxiety. Oh, the anxiety dive. So wait a minute. Yep. He was falling on the anxiety dive? Or was it during Wily 3 during the septic drain?
Let's see, you were very synced up in Wily 3 after you both took that death from the fan fiends.
Yeah, and after that I time stopped that when I was like, nah, we're not doing that.
Yep.
Ooh, a breaker.
Okay. Well, here's Gamingwhiledad. His stream is back. Looks like a breaker popped on him. Lost power for a minute. His unofficial time is 40 minutes 18. I'm gonna see if it's in the racetime.gg.
Nah, he didn't. No, but if his breaker went out, then he wouldn't have been able to do it. But if his unofficial time was 40:18, yeah, that's a done deal. I think I got him.
Yep, I'm thinking so.
Yeah.
So I believe that means unofficially, your next opponent is Satoko Addict.
Yeah. And if I'm hitting 37, so I'm gonna have to for me to beat him consistently, I need to cut 7 minutes easily.
Oh, that's nothing, right? 7 minutes. I mean,
that's literally trying to do good wood and hoping that the item one was not cooperative games 2 and 3. But game 1, ooh, didn't think I would actually get that right.
Oh yeah, item 1 was great in Seed 1. Seeds 2 and 3 static. Nah, I mean, you put it to good use against some of those blockies, but other than that, not helping much.
Yeah, it wasn't helping Mattis at all.
Yeah, I just remember now, Satoko Addict is the surprise winner of their match with Casual Tom.
Yeah, he knocked off Tom, so...
Yeah, you got your work cut out for you.
Yeah, I got my work cut out for me. If I managed to beat him, I would have to take on Snipe. If I lose against him, I am gonna be going against Blue Bomber. So we got a Gamingwhiledad.
Hello,
GG,
welcome,
man.
good game.
GG, man. Stance, we got something to break here because that's 1-1 currently in tournament play. Yeah, he beat me last year. Actually, he beat me last year in losers bracket too. So he knocked me out of the tournament.
Oh, so this is a grudge match. I didn't realize.
Yeah, that was a grudge match. Looks like... Oh yeah, looks like my seed, looked like everything went well, I think.
Gamingwhiledad, looks like you're muted. How'd you like those seeds we just put you through?
I think he's probably still trying to get his mic.
Oh, looks like it dropped out again.
Dropped. Can I speak? Oh my goodness.
Well, we can give him another minute to get that figured out. Meanwhile, coming up on the schedule, we've only got one more Mega Man 2 Randomizer match coming up, and that's going to be Siberian Bull versus Charlie Boy. That's Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, I'm calling that one.
That's going to be a good show.
Tell you. Well, I'll let you do your thing, Chungus. I am far too stressed to keep going, so I'm gonna mod Deuce out of here.
Oh, I know the feeling. Get that yoga on. Do some relaxing. You earned it. Very nice runs.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Take care.
All right, now I'm going to close it out here too. Thank you everyone for joining me and watching this awesome show. Thank you to the Speedgaming network of channels for hosting us. Thanks to Charlie Boy and everybody else for sitting up backstage. Thank you to 2% Chungus for commentary, for co-commentary, and for tracking. I would say I did at least a mid-job. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. And definitely hang around because there is a ton of other speedrunning competitions. You can't throw a crash battle without hitting 4 other races happening right now. So I'm going to close out the channel and we're going to go raid one. Thank you all once again for joining and have a great night. GG's.